Hi guys, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you get anything from my work, a connected dot, an epiphany, a mind-blown moment, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work, and all the links are at the bottom of my video. Today's a long day. Don't know why. Well, it went quickly, but I forgot. Well, I knew it was Labor Day, but unlike other places, a lot of things were closed where I am. So I have to wait for tomorrow. I need fruit. And some other items at the supermarket. And then figured everybody's off and everybody will be on the roads today. I figured, let me stay home. Smoke some ribs. The raccoons and little Thor is getting some, if they ever want to come to eat, they got some ribs waiting for them. Don't worry, co-host number one had some ribs too. And then because it's been not that hot, but it's been hot and balmy, my grass is starting to die again, so I had to go out and hose, water the lawn, and the water got all over me. It was very, very fun, to say the least. And I've just been doing a lot of artwork and all this crazy shit. Anywho, my favorite topic that no one seems to be that worried about: quantum, AI, and metaphysical ponderings, because why the fuck not? Lots of downloads. 2012 is still in the picture. Lots of black hole stuff going on. And the fact of the matter is, I'm seeing more articles come up, and I'm going to read you guys more shit, because this is just, it continues to come out, and there has to be a reason for it. You know, there's the coming back out again. Okay, if you people fall for that again, I really don't know why there is any hope in saving humanity at this point. If everybody's going to comply, and again, please be aware, I have yet to get it. I haven't been, and I take good care. I try at least make the best attempts to take care of my health. Please don't fall for it again. It starts with the first communistic lady. They're telling you. So please be aware, be on guard, that don't fall for that nonsense. And this is like humanity's test now to stand up. And again, if you've had it and you got the, it's cool, detox. I got some crazy news today from a friend that like, I'm getting crazier and crazier stories. A lot of people are also dying, and there's a lot of reasons for it. Just be mindful. Let's send everybody love and healing, and everybody's soul contracts are coming due. It hurts, it's hard, but we got to press forward. 2012 has been popping in my purview again. A lot of people are talking about it. CERN having dark matter in their little cave, CIA, Alice area, who knows what they're doing with it. But then again, like I've been talking about with all of, sorry guys, all of these articles since I started this, they're pressing the black hole issue. If you go into some people's work, especially Ashtiana Dean, and I'm going to keep mentioning her because her work has weight. It holds a lot. And a lot of people are refusing to read it. If there's a reason why you refuse to read something objectively, just to look at it to see what's there, you might be missing out on something. And I keep to people, because I love people and I need to shake the paradigm up at some point. There's a lot of books. There's a lot of stuff I have behind me. And many of these books I still have yet to read. I'm going to read them. Most of them I can read with you. So awesome. But we got to keep in mind their perspectives. That's all they are. Discern what you get out of them. Not everything you're going to resonate with. We are all in the time of learning how to discern content, and each and every one of us perceives reality different. I'm not right. My perceptions might not be right for you. Your perceptions not be right for me. But here's the beautiful thing about humanity. Regardless of that, agree to disagree, love each other regardless, and move forward. That's the only way we're going to get through all of this together, is putting differences aside and having healthy conversations, healthy debate, without being disrespectful, without bashing. There's ways, if you use the language properly, any language, you can get your point across without making someone feel inferior or making feel that person feeling a certain way. I almost lost my teeth there. We're lucky that didn't fall out. All right. Twisty new theory of gravity suggests information can escape black holes after all. You don't say. This is by Charming Science. Unlock the mysteries of the universe. This is written by, I gotta move forward, Mohammed Quazar Rather, September 1st, 2023. Before I get into the article, yes, I did some exercising called bar. So I used to be a ballerina. I used to be on my toes. Why I refuse to show my toes in any one of my grounding videos, because it ain't pretty looking. I used to dance like tap, jazz, lyrical, modern, hip hop, point. I was in competitions when I was younger. I was like Black Swan. Regardless. So I have to start working out because I have hormonal weight. I'm possibly starting those changes. I'm excited, but that packs on some weight, and I love the weight because I was emaciated last year, but I got to maintain what I have, not get any bigger. So I'm starting a routine, and I'm very sore. Yes. So there's a proverb in astronomy that goes something like, black holes have no hair. This indicates that black holes are extremely straightforward entities under the framework of general relativity. Now we can take the word entities to a whole new level, in some of my thinking at least. The only necessary characteristics of a black hole are its mass, electric charge, and spin rate. You now know everything there is to know about black holes just from those three numbers. That is to say, they are bare. They lack any further data. I know where this person's getting their information from. The feature of black holes have been major source of frustration for astronomers trying to figure out the inner workings of these cosmic behemoths. However, understanding black holes and their inner workings is impossible due to the absence of any kind of hair on the surface. Pause. I read an article about this in the beginning of this series, that they found fibrous quanta that they can read information off of. So again, like some stuff is now recycling back, because I remember that article. Skipping forward. However, this is not the only viable option for building a relativity theory. Space-time's twistiness, as opposed to curvature, is the subject of a whole distinct method according to this interpretation. The presence of anything heavy or energetic causes localized distortions in space-time, which in turn direct the motion of nearby objects. Now I have a question here to pose to people. Thinking outside of the firmament, thinking about different densities and dimensions, if space the way they're claiming exists, space-time would not be, it's perceived in third density, but is it third density? Where it lies in the continuum. Just because I right before I dropped this video, that's why it's late. I was outside trying to get photographs of Saturn. Did not want to focus on my camera. Bright as hell next to the moon's over here and like Saturn's here. Did not want to capture. I was outside for almost like 40 minutes trying to get my camera on all kinds of things to keep it still, but nope, nothing. It wouldn't take. So what does that say? A lot. Truman Show? A group of theoretical physicists, for instance, has lately investigated how the concept of teleparallel gravity, teleparallel, can tacky the hairness of black holes. In July, they released a paper detailing their results on the ARXIV preprint database. Using a scalar field, a quantum phenomena that exists in all space and time, the group investigated possible additions to general relativity. And what have I been saying about space-time and time crystals? That the scalar waves are infiltrated by quantum entanglement. Pre-programmed fun encoding in the waves, messing with shit. The Higgs boson, which gives many particles their masses, is a well-known scalar field. Physicists have long employed scalar fields in attempts to explain the nature of cosmic mysteries like dark matter and dark energy. And it is possible that there are other scalar fields that inhabit the universe and subtly modify how gravity functions. There is an finite number of ways to include scalar fields into general relativity based on regular curvature. In teleparallel gravity, though, you have a lot more leeway. Using the teleparallel framework, the research group found the technique to include scalar fields into general relativity. Then scientists applied this method to see if these previously unseen scalar fields manifested themselves in the vicinity of black holes. Scientists have finally figured out how to give black holes hair, but now they need to address the observable repercussions of their findings. It's possible the future measurements of gravitational waves will pick up on faint traces of these scalar fields when they manifest in black hole mergers, for instance. So again, I'm glad that they're looking at theories and fun shit, twisty shit, but this begs to differ again. What are they pumping out into the time continuum that we here call third density? Moving into fourth, we're on the sub octave of 4 and the octave of 3, many of us consciously. Physically, we're still on 3. Unless, you transcended and your physical vehicle is crystalline already and you're seeing all the happy new colors and all the horrible things that happen in fourth density. Just being realistic. Archaeology. We're going to try this. Archaeological wonders. And this is archaeology make-known.com. There was another universe right before our universe was created. Scientists found evidence. I feel like I'm on Ancient Aliens. But I'm not George. No. Or Von Däniken. Oh, there's a video. Poopy. Okay, hang on. Oh, there is like a little bit of an article. Astrophysicists have discovered conclusive evidence for the existence of a cosmic cycle. If they would have read the Bhagavad Gita or the Upanishads or the sagas, the Eddas. Oops. I guess you can't go back to Atlantis and read the Emerald Tablets to figure that one out. Holy shit. Or the Urantia book or the Uwaspi book, because it tells you in their cosmogony. But I guess science has to catch up. Roger Penrose, a distinguished physics and astrophysics professor at Oxford University, has revealed that our universe is the latest in an infinite sequence of universes that birth and die in an unending cycle. Aren't you all mind blown? If you are a physicist, an astrophysicist, or any of the theorists out there, please find your spiritual advisor. Please find somebody who's spiritual, and please let's talk. It's all one in the effing same. Stop dividing what you, in your very smart brains, have denounced, because we have books behind us that might have been channeled, and it might have been channeled by aliens and by different factions of aliens, and some of them are not of our benefit, but still their history, and our history is mostly their history. So cool. They're telling you in these books that there's multiple universes. Urantia talks about the 7 super universes. 7. And then all the different levels of all the different places you can go. So please explain to me. Owaspi talks about all the places all over the place. What am I missing? You guys need to talk to your spiritual person that could give you some insights on. You don't need proof. We already have it. It's with our remembering of what we are. And it's channeled work. You might not believe the channeled work, but if you believe in the infinite all, you believe in a source, you believe in the monad, you believe in the spark that gave everything its material existence, then you need to find a spiritual person. I have to yawn. Jesus. Sir Roger Penrose claims that the events that occurred in the universe before this one, a universe destroyed 14 billion years ago, are still visible in our own. Professor Penrose and other astrophysicist researchers made this discovery while researching cosmic background radiation, which was found in 1960, and it's radiation that has existed since the beginning of our universe, including radiation created by the Big Bang. Before our universe, there was another universe with supermassive black holes that absorbed all of the stuff in the universe over billions of years and finally vanished, leaving behind what is known as a Hawking radiation, which was discovered by the great Stephen Hawking. According to astronomers and quantum physicists, the world arose from nothing due to the unusual yet unknown quantum physics principles. And it ends there. There's some videos. I'm going to put the links in the description when I'm done with this so that you can check it out. But here's another question that I pose, because unless and until we ascend or die to uncover these beautiful mysteries of how things came to be, I always now imply, what density was this in? What timeline was this in? What matrix was this in? Are we, and this is something that a lot of spiritual people pose, are we on the other side of a black hole? And if this article suggests such, it does. If a massive black hole, think of the hourglass, sucked everything in, where is it going? It's just like watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and then their whole ship flips and they're like in a whole different destination. That's exactly what I'm just reading. But it gets complicated because you have to think, in what density does this happen in? What dimension does this happen in? What matrix used the black holes to suck the quanta out of that universe? And what came out of it, if anything? But if we're created from that, did source make an oopsie and oop, goodbye. We can only think. This one caught my eye and I found it this morning. I swear, I have a whole set of links that I go through. And I only pick the ones out that are like pique my interest. So I have a lot of content. This is cgtn.com, news.cgtn.com. China-led team finds observational evidence of MAD formation around black hole. And this was September 3rd. An international team led by Chinese scientists researching black holes has reported the first direct observational evidence of magnetically arrested disk MAD. Okay, so MAD means magnetically arrested disk, which will help shed light on black hole magnetic field formation and the dynamics of jet. Black holes are extremely compressed cosmic objects predicted by Einstein's theory of general relativity. They have a gravitational pull that is so intense that nothing, not even light, can escape it once inside a certain region called the event horizon. An accretion disk forms when ample amounts of gases are trapped by a black hole. The first time the accretion disk of a black hole was observed was in 2019 at the center of massive galaxy M87. Theorists hypothesized that if the disk contains a sufficiently strong magnetic field, then it can result the gravitational pull of the black hole and temporarily halt the accretion flow, thus forming a MAD. The Chinese researchers from none other than Wuhan University. I'm sorry, anybody who is Chinese and is from there, I'm sorry. It's sad what happened in there. But can we, and again, I'm not here to disrespect anybody from China. I actually have a lot of Chinese friends. If you're from this region and go to this university, now we really have to question you because of what the other departments do. Shenanigans, just saying. But not to take away from your, I'm just putting that out there. Zhejiang University and Shanghai Astronomical Observatory and their collaborators from Poland and France analyzed telescope observations of an outburst from the black hole X-ray binary maxi J1820 plus 070 in 2018, including those from China's X-ray astronomy satellite InSight HXMT. Accretion disks tend to emit X-rays and optical light, and sometimes also a jet. The researchers found that its radio and optical fluxes were delayed compared with the X-ray flux by about 8 and 17 days, respectively. It demonstrated that the delay was caused by the formation of a MAD, according to the study published on Friday. In this scenario, the magnetic field is amplified by an expanding corona forming a MAD around the time of the radio peak, and optical delay is due to the thermal viscous instability in the outer disk, said the researchers. The findings will help shed light on black hole magnetic field formation and the dynamics of the jet. said the paper corresponding. So Allison's thinking here. If there is entities, because we have to look at now things on a spiritual context. If the sun is a low guy, it's a portal, it's consciousness. If we, on a quantum scale, we're the stars, we're the air, we're the planets, we're these constructs, okay? If this is the case, then black holes have sentience. Now, what kind of sentience depends on what they actually are. And all it is energy, but negatively polarized energy that's sucking in quanta. Now, if there's entities who control these black holes, these negative polarized beings, is there good forces playing and manipulating with entanglement these magnetic fields to slow it down or manipulate them in some kind of way? Just an observation of thinking. Because I believe gateways are entryways to other dimensional possibilities. But if we physically go through one, I would say we would have the space dust return, meaning our consciousness would get torn apart and we would not be individualized any longer as this is my vehicle's consciousness in this life. It would be scattered and fragmented. And I would not remember necessarily what I am in totality. I would be fractaled all over the place, and so would everybody else. And then you go back to source to become whole again. But if that magnetized field is slowing down and things are happening, we can only speculate at this point until again, it's free will, but we also have, they can't tell you everything from upstairs, because then if you understand, it could be dangerous. Next article, this one I found funny. This is discovermagazine.com. Physicists detect the spooky popcorn of the universe. Spooky popcorn. I like that. From the first time, physicists measured fluctuations in the quantum realm. And this is December 2023. Grab your popcorn. The advanced laser interferometer, gravitational wave observatory, LIGO, can measure giant ripples in space-time that race across the cosmos. But in 2019, physicists used it for something else to measure the fluctuations at the quantum scale that jiggle the detector's super sensitive mirrors. Theorists have long predicted this behavior at the interface of light and matter, but this study is the first to experimentally prove it at such large scales and room temperature. says physicist Hokum Yu of the MIT Kaveri Institute, who worked on the project. It's also the first time that scientists have qualified this quantum effect. Quantified, sorry guys, the text is small. These measures, they say, will improve gravitational wave detectors and other instruments that are influenced by quantum noise. According to quantum mechanics, the subatomic realm is replete with particles popping in and out of existence. Density, a phenomenon that gives rise to these fluctuations. Physicist, MIT student, School of Science Dean Nergis really long last name, who also worked on the new experiment, calls these fluctuations the spooky popcorn of the universe. Spooky harks back to Albert Einstein, who once called quantum entanglement spooky action at a distance. Oh, that's what these aliens are doing. Spooky shit in the field of quantum. Because this popcorn is everywhere. It can affect the measurements needed to find big things like gravitational waves. The group set out to measure and control these quantum effects as a way to improve gravitational wave detection. Advanced LIGO housed in tunnels in Louisiana and Washington state works by measuring how long it takes lasers to travel to a distant mirror. Gravitational waves from neutron star collisions or when black holes devour ordinary stars can change the speed of the laser's trip. LIGO, which being observing in 2007, was upgraded to advanced LIGO in 2015, and almost immediately thereafter found its first gravitational waves. But advanced LIGO is so sensitive that its measurements can be clouded by quantum fluctuations. So by controlling these ultra subtle movements, Yu says, scientists can eliminate more of the noise and detect gravitational waves better. The MIT group used a tool called quantum squeezers to reduce the noise. Using the squeezers, in the absence of gravitational wave, the physicists reported that they were able to measure quantum fluctuations to remarkable precision. The mirror only moved by about, oh, I don't know how to read that kind of math. Calculus math implied, insert here, something of a diameter of a proton. Guys, I'm sorry. Math and me do not get along. Numbers and placements of numbers don't need, no, we don't do it. Again, spooky popcorn. Spooky popcorn. So things pop in and out of reality of perception. Congratulations. Again, physicists, go find the nearest spiritual person that can explain to you some of these timelines and some of these fluctuations that are just blooping in and out of purview. And what about spooky popcorn? That sciencenews.org. For the first time, astrophysicists have caught a star eating a planet. Think about spooky popcorn, and I did that for a purpose. A dusty burp in space remained after the star's planetary snack. I did, but on an unconscious level, totally put the spooky popcorn and then put this right after it because I thought it was really funny. Oh, I can't tonight. Dust blasts into space as a star, swallows a planet about 10 times the mass of Jupiter. This is by James R. Rodon. May 3rd, 2023. A dusty belch from the popcorn. Not really, but is all that remains of a planet that was gobbled up by a star about 12,000 light years away. It marks the first time anyone has seen a star in the act of eating a planet. A brief burst of light captured by a couple of telescopes was probably caused by a planet about 10 times the mass of Jupiter being swallowed by its sun. Researchers report in Nature. It's a dramatic end that is the eventual destiny of many planets, including Earth. Again, what density? Planetary engulfment has been predicted for a very long time, but their frequency was not well known, said MIT astrophysicist Kishalay Day. So it was certainly exciting to realize we had found one. One event from 2020 stood out. A spot of light rapidly got about 100 times as bright as it has been. I could be the result of two stars merging, but a second look at NASA's NEOWISE infrared space telescope suggests otherwise. Data from the observatory showed that the total amount of energy released in the flash was just 1,000th what it would have been if two stars had merged and the chilly dust surrounded the mashup instead of hot plasma that would normally indicate a merger among stars. The low energy suggests that one of the objects, assuming it was a merger of some kind, wasn't a star at all. Instead, it was probably a giant planet. As the star noshed on the planet, a stream of cold dust sailed away like cosmic breadcrumbs from a stellar snack. The planet-eating star in this study is turning into a red giant, but is still early in its transformation. I would say it's early supper. So Ashiana talks about the sun going into Bardo. Not anytime soon, don't worry. But eventually that's what's going to happen. The sun is going to Bardo and it might suck us in and destroy third density planet Earth. Like I said, if Valiant Thor came from Venus and Venus is of what we see of Venus is one perception and Val Thor came from Venus. How? I'm just poking these things out there because people are not thinking. If we have time delineations, if we have timelines, if we have densities and dimensions, that would mean that Earth in third density might go into Bardo, but Earth, other forms of Earth might not. It's all theoretical, of course, but again, how did Valiant Thor come to Earth? How did the EBEs come to Earth? Earth is huge in terms of the galactic vying for this space. They want us. They want our quanta. They want the God spark. Because them little shits don't have the God spark. They might be sentient. They might be of source, but they denounce source. They're therefore taking the other experience. But I find it very interesting that they captured this. I mean, we'll see what happens to Beetlejuice. That's supposed to be also in its Bardo cycle. And not to say any star can't munch on a planet. I mean, the first one would be Mercury. So if we don't see Mercury in the sky, we know that the sun ate Mercury. So they're looking for an Earth type planet and see if there is any evidence of that. But again, fun stuff on me. You gotta love all this crazy fun stuff. Lastly, New Scientist, and for whatever reason, newscientist.com. JWST may have seen black holes suppressing the creation of new stars. Supermassive black holes at the center of many galaxies were suspected to quench the formation of new stars. Now the James Webb Space Telescope has spotted evidence of this. By Alex Wilkins, August 28th, 2023. And it's making me subscribe. I'm not subscribing. I want to say my ponderings here is, if we live within a firmament, what is outside of the firmament? Are they taking these telescopes for real out? They're not going outside of the firmament. Nothing can break that glass ceiling, Hillary. So please explain to me, what are they capturing and what are they seeing? Are these things in other dimensions? Are these things outside of the firmament? They don't want to tell you about that. Remember, NASA means deceiver. Look who started NASA in the first place. The moon landing was faked. So please explain to me, though, if you're not believing anything that I'm saying right now and calling me crazy, that's okay. But when you see the space station, that's underwater, by the way, but if you see the space station, please explain to me, when they say that there's all the space junk and satellites and stuff, why you never see any of them whizzing past space. Once in a blue moon, you could see something, but the rate of technology that they have, CGI, all these futuristic kind of shits that they get from the aliens, are projecting to you these things. Read this book. There's ancient tech in this book. They go into it. Holographic screens. I mean, we could be an award-winning prize of an alien sitting in a globe, as a snow globe, on somebody's desk in a dream, in the subconscious realm of Hegel's exploratory fun. It's mind-bending shit. But I'm not saying it does or does not exist. But we have to question, if we're looking at a nos confundum map, Does that make sense? And then what's above and outside of the domes? Is it water? Is it actual space like they're explaining to us and all these things? Are these people looking up at a telescope? Like, I could not get Saturn. Saturn's the closest to the moon right now. Couldn't get Saturn on my camera. I could get the moon really damn clear with my camera, not my phone, my actual camera. Couldn't focus, and none of the stars that I've ever tried to capture do I get anything. If one day I win a lottery of some sort and I come into a boatload of money, I will buy a telescope and see it for myself. But with my camera being able to pinpoint little spots on the moon and not being able to focus in on any one of these celestial planets, are we in the Truman Show? Will Sirius B just drop out of the sky and fall on the floor? They have to tell you the truth. In these movies, that's what Satanists do. They tell you the truth. But again, like the books, what perception is the truth correct? Lots of questions. But I thought these were very lighthearted articles. Spooky popcorn. Gotta love that shit. I like spooky popcorn. And we're gonna need to be eating it very soon, anywho's. Well, guys, please write in the comments. What do you think? What's your theories? What are you thinking about these articles that I chose? What's your perception? Again, I'm not correct. I'm just pondering the metaphysical universe. I don't have the answers to a lot of stuff. I just have my own thoughts and feelings on it. Might be different from yours. I would love to hear it. And again, I'm not here to upset any of the real physicists and doctors and scientists out there. I just want to engage in a conversation, and I want you to engage the spiritual community when it comes to these real deal physics, which is densities or physics, time, space, timelines, all are quantum scalar wave fields. It's been infiltrated. Somebody go find that out, because I completely believe that they are influencing what is called the 4D time crystal that a quantum computer made, and I believe that it's being done on a larger scale. Love to know. Just pondering, just my thinking, but it just shows, guys, that they're really on this black hole subject for a reason. It's not just out of nowhere. It's one or two universities are studying they all study black holes, but why is it so in your face now? I'm finding these articles on Facebook. They're not me going on the web. I'm not Jason Q. I don't go through Scribd, and I'm not going through all these sites. They're coming to me on my feeds. I'm not looking for these things. They just pop up on my feed. So that says a lot that I'm seeing all these articles. And that it always repetitively comes down to black and dark matter, black holes, and some crazy quantum AI bullshit. So it drives me crazy. I'm going to find out, because I'm going to ask my spirit guides why I'm all into this. And if any of my theories are right, they're not going to tell me, but one could hope. So I hope all of you had a really good Labor Day weekend. Please be safe, be seen. I'm sending all of you light, love, protection, and shielding. There's a lot of crazy shit going on around the world right now. There's a lot of scam. There's a lot of fear porn going out into the ether. Please don't fall for it. Please keep your vibrations very high at this time. Things look very scary. There's a lot of deception happening. There's a lot of psyoptic stuff happening in this world. Please bubble your energy. Please go within and do the work. Go watch my oracle reading. There's a lot of changing in our paradigm, but in our personal selves happening. So we have to continuously do the healing, the trauma work, and doing all the exploration of ourselves that we can in order to come together in union. So guys, until the next one, please be safe, be seen. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe. I'm thinking about going live once a week. Just the bullshit. Pull some cards. We'll see. But until the next one, guys. Bye, guys.